When people look back on the seasons that shaped them most, they rarely start with programs or structures. They talk about people, about conversations that stayed, about the tables where they sat, about someone who was close at a specific time. Welcome to the Sebcast, the home of the #1 network for your life. This is where we hear stories anew, look deeper, and discover together how Jesus works today. It's striking how much of our formation doesn't happen in big organized moments, but in the life that happens between us, the everyday repeating interactions that over time shape a person's heart and direction. Acts 2 gives us a simple description of the first Christian community. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. It's not a complicated model. It's a rhythm of learning together, eating together, praying together, living together. What strikes me is the word devoted. They didn't just meet once, they kept going. And in that sustained togetherness, something happened that was greater than any individual experience. They became a community that shaped each other. We live in a time where many of our relationships are fragmented. We see people here and there. We keep in touch at a distance. We have many connections, but sometimes few places of consistent closeness. And yet it's precisely consistent closeness that shapes people. When you live with the same people over time, they start to know you. They see you in different seasons. They see you when things are good and when things are hard. And that kind of closeness creates a space where faith can take root, not as an abstract idea, but as a shared reality. What's interesting is that many of the most important spiritual moments in a person's life cannot be planned. They happen spontaneously, in a conversation after dinner, in a prayer that comes unexpectedly, in an honest question, in a quiet moment with someone who understands you. These moments don't happen in isolation, they happen in relationships built over time. It's the life between us that ultimately carries much of our faith. At the SA congregation, we talk about the #1 network for your life, where you live, work, and play, not as a slogan, but as a description of how faith really grows. It grows in spaces where people see each other regularly and share stories, where burdens are carried and where joys are celebrated. Over time, that shared life starts to shape a person. You start to think differently, react differently, hope differently, not because you try to change alone, but because you are part of a community that changes together. Maybe that's the big invitation. Not just to focus on the big moments, but on the life that happens in between. The conversations, the meals, the prayers, the quiet support. Over time, it's not the dramatic moments that shape us most, but the shared, repeating life with people moving in the same direction. And in that kind of life, faith becomes something that doesn't just exist in your head, but lives in the space between people, a shared journey that over time takes root ever deeper. I invite you to come participate in the SA congregation. I invite you to join a growth group. We want to get to know you well and serve you. See you next week. Take care.